Hi, Chuck Brewer, Director of Operations for Concrete Technologies. Today we're shooting an episode on our RFI 6200 Reflective Floor Enhancer. You guys, this is the video you've all been waiting for. We're going to show you some simple application techniques, from hitting it with a leaf blower just to achieve some different looks, down to spritzing it with some acetone to really liven this thing up. If you mix the A and B of the Rapid Armor together, you start the chemical process, and if that's done prior to adding this, it cuts your work time down. So you always want to add the RFI into the Rapid Armor A portion first, stir it thoroughly, and then add your B prior to applying the product. There are currently 13 colors available in the RFI system. Today we're going to be using 4 different colors on 2 different sections of the floor. When we're putting down the RFI system, we're switching over the cleats that we're using and going from the metal spike cleats to the rubber cleats. You don't want the hard surface of the sole to touch the floor, just like why we use the metal spikes. The difference is a lot of times we've skimmed the floor or done an ECS system on the floor, and the product's hard enough to take the RFI product, but it's not strong enough to take the weight on a steel spike. So we're using a spike that's a little more flexible on the bottom so it doesn't puncture or dent the product that's below it. One of the products we use to achieve certain looks with the RFI system is acetone. The one thing I want to make very clear on this video is we don't mix acetone into the RFI and the Rapid Armor. We put it in a pump sprayer and do a shake speckle over the top once it's already down. It's one of the last things we'll do. We're doing the main color in Cappuccino on this half of the floor, but we're going to accent it with Pearl and Tuscany Sun. The Cort kits actually make a great accent color. They're small enough that we can add just a little bit of each color that we want. We mix it up and then we pour it on top of what we've already got down and blend it in. One of the things you're going to want to make sure you have are plenty of Jiffy mixers. If you're using multiple colors, you don't want to take the time to clean your Jiffy mixer in between. So make sure you have adequate Jiffy mixers. If we're using 4 colors, we're going to have 4 different Jiffy mixing blades. We now have our 3 colors mixed up. Again, only the A portion of the Rapid Armor has the RFI 6200 in it. We've got Pearl, Tuscan Sun, and Cappuccino. Now we're going to add the B and go to work. If you notice, we've got all of our RFI mixed up with our Rapid Armor, only in the A side of the can. We're going to mix our Bs, which is going to start the activation of the Rapid Armor. I want to make something very clear to everybody. The Rapid Armor's cure time doesn't change any at all by adding the RFI. You're still working on the same time restraints as you are with the Rapid Armor, 20 to 30 minutes. The instructional pad we're using today is just one that's in our warehouse. We've skimmed over it in the ECS grout. Again, this is just for demonstration purposes only. If we were in somebody's home or place of business putting down the RFI, we would have made sure we took a lot more time on the application of the base coat. The RFI can go over a number of different surfaces, from bare concrete to our Hallmark skim coat to the ECS grout. We use it on floors and counters. When you're going over bare concrete, the one thing you want to always be cautious of is gassing off. We do recommend putting down a primer such as the Enviro Prime or even some 5000 binder as a prime coat to stop the concrete from gassing off prior to your RFI application. Remember, we're mixing the RFI into the Rapid Armor, and when you're applying Rapid Armor, we always recommend using foam roller. Very important, proper mixing and temperature is essential. Rapid Armor product temperature must be between 70 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit in the can. Spread the product out, make sure you've got a nice coverage over the floor. Again, we're sticking to about the same coverage point, 80 to 100 feet on average per gallon. While we're shooting this video, camera lighting is important, so we've got our bay doors opened and closed a couple of times, and the wind's blowing debris in from underneath. So there is going to be some debris in this top surface. Remember, this is a test slab for samples or examples only. This is the Tuscan Sun, and I'm just going to pour some accent lines throughout the floor and then put some pearl with it. One of the main application techniques involves a blower, so you want to make sure you protect the walls with a little bit of paper prior to using the blower. You can take a look at the ripples. That's caused from the blower, where the air pushes the product around and kind of folds and mends as it goes. The floor levels back out, but the ripples stay underneath, almost in a 3D effect. Now we're going to come over the top with a little bit of acetone, doing a shake speckle. One of the things you want to be cautious of when you do the acetone technique, not always do you need it. It depends on what desired look you're trying to achieve. When you use the acetone, it doesn't look like it's doing anything while you're actually applying it. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes for that effect to actually start to show itself. So make sure you don't over-acetone the floor and blur out what you're trying to get. You can see what the acetone's done, especially in this section. It's taken away a lot of the ripples and created more of a geode look. If you don't like having so much of that, you can always take the blower to put back in some of the ripples. You guys, that's about as easy as it gets. Mix it up, roll it out, hit it with a blower, spritz it with some acetone, and walk away. RFI 6200, a fast, easy way to create a rich, elegant look.